Well, my father was born in 1915. He joined the Canadian Army in 1937, as he used to say, primarily to make sure he got a square meal, that being the end of the Depression era. He said the pay was wonderful. They got $39 a day, but they only got it once a month, so that was all right.
This is my dad. He fought in Vietnam for a couple of years. He was a patrol leader in the 3rd Recon. His job was to infiltrate the enemy. He had a rough time in the jungle with his buddies. He lost a lot of good friends. To this day, he still has a lot of close friends. It's like a second family.
Well, my father, Charles Martin, served in the United States Army in the 101st Airborne during Vietnam. He actually earned a Purple Heart for 2 instances whereby he was injured in Vietnam. You know, as a result of that, I always looked at it as an obligation, as my obligation, my civic duty to serve my country, which is why I've decided to join the United States Navy.
It was definitely huge. All boys grow up, you know, wanting to emulate their fathers, and this is something that, of course, I wasn't immune to. My mother's father and her brother had both served. My grandfather served during World War I in the British Army, and my uncle flew Lancasters for the RAF during World War II. So, you know, there was certainly a family history of service. And I decided to continue that, although there wasn't any active wars on at the time, for which we're all grateful. There's always skirmishes, and I figured I would like to see what I can contribute and test my own mettle, as it were.
My oldest brother was in the Air Force for 12 years. Youngest brother served in the Marines. He did a couple of tours in Iraq. My great-grandpa fought in World War I. My grandpa Cronin, he's fought in the Battle of Normandy on the beaches of Omaha. And he has a really hard time talking about it. And he doesn't look at himself as being the hero. He says his friends, you know, the buddies that lost their lives on the beaches are his true heroes. My grandpa Shircliff, he made the original landing on the Guadalcanal. So I've got a lot of history. My dad, my grandparents, some of my cousins are in as well. And so that really kind of influenced me to join the military and to continue serving.
There's no doubt in my mind that he was proud of me and everything I did. Before I went to Bosnia in 2000, I had to do a clearance through family workers, social workers type of thing. And he was in the final stages of cancer at that point. So they said, well, you know, we're not sure we really want you to go. I said, well, just a minute, and phoned up and handed the Padre the phone, and my dad said, I promise I won't die until he comes home. They let me go, and he kept his promise, and you know, it was a good thing. I know that he's proud that I'm helping. You know, I was brought up, always taught, I'm bigger than most people. My job is to look after people, so that's what I do.
I'd say I'm more proud of him. Again, he actually suffered significant losses in Vietnam. You know, something I haven't actually had to do. I haven't been injured in combat action, whereas my father was actually hospitalized for 9 months as a result of his injuries. So no, I'm definitely proud of him and his sacrifices. My father cherishes the time that he served in the United States Army, which is, once again, one of the reasons why I decided to join. I felt that it was my responsibility, and I just wanted to carry on that tradition.
My dad kind of threw a fit when he learned I was going to Afghanistan. I'm the youngest daughter in the family, the only female to join the military. So he's very elated and very proud that I'm serving, you know, kind of taking on a tradition that our family has in the past. But, you know, they're scared, but overall, you know, they love it, so.
For me personally, Remembrance Day is the most important day of the year. All the nations, whether they actually partook in the world wars or not, have fallen soldiers. And this is the one day of the year where certainly Canada, the Commonwealth, the U.S. acknowledge those and publicly remember them. To me, it's a very poignant day and a very, very important day.
I look at serving on Veterans Day as an extension of my commitment to support and defend my country against all threats, in this case terrorism. I look at it as an honor. You know, again, it's something that I always wanted to do, that being serving, and deployments are a part of that. This is actually my 5th deployment in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, and it's just truly an honor.
Well, being here in Afghanistan and actually seeing what goes on out in the town and you know, seeing the troops out there patrolling is so much different than actually sitting back at home, bayside, hearing about the stories that go on over here. It really gives you a greater appreciation for the sacrifices that the men and women we are serving here with are doing. It speaks volumes. I don't have enough words for it. Being here, it's only my second tour in 9 years. My first one was Ali Deed, but I really didn't see a whole lot of action or hear a lot of stuff going around. So it really puts things in perspective, and it makes it more real.
I look at serving on Veterans Day as a way for me to honor those who came before me and sacrificed for the sake of freedom for the United States. It's truly an honor. It's something that, honestly, I hope that either my sons or daughters have the opportunity to do at some point. I believe that public service is part of our civic duty. And I just hope that I hope that I make those who came before us proud.
I mean, I just want to say it's an honor to be able to stand and serve with my fellow members, to embrace the freedom that we have today, to be able to leave your family and friends. It really, truly takes a remarkable and courageous person to do that. And I just wanted to thank our past and present veterans for all that you've done. Thank you for your service.